Welcome to Unapologetic with Choo Choo for right now, because Mandrell is running a little bit late, so he'll be here, I guess, in a few minutes. Tonight's topic is a reaction video from relationship and dating coach Rebecca Lynn Pope. Title of the show is "Number One Reason I Married My Husband." It's for great sex, and apparently a lot of Christians had an issue with that. They felt like she was pushing and promoting premarital sex, which is not what she was doing. And she responded to that in a reaction video. And it's something that she said in there that was very telling. And I wanted to I want Mandrell and I to do a reaction to that, and we will. In the meantime, I just want to give a shout out to the chat and say thank you everybody for coming. Shout out to Dr. Eugene Steele in the building. Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. DL Saint, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through, brother. Always good to see you come through in the chat. Jenny Morena, as always. Hola, mi hermana. You know what I'm saying? It's always love. Thank you so much for just being there always. And so in the meantime, since Mandrell's not here, we're going to keep it moving forward. We'll probably play the video again just to get his comments and his thoughts on the video. So in the meantime, admin, cue it up.
Real ones, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. So, I posted my video the other day about my reasons for why I married my husband, and all the judgmental Judies and religious readers came out the woodwork when I said great sex was at the top of my list for why I married my husband. That was just a whole no-no. And I forgot that most people are not living in the reality of the real world, and most people are not honest and real and transparent. Just coming on really quickly before I go in and get my workout in to remind everyone that only 3%, and that is being generous, only 3% of the population waits to have sex until marriage. What does that mean? 97% of people have sex prior to saying I do. So even when you're in the relationship with someone you end up marrying, they're having sex.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Only 3% of the population abstain from sex before marriage. Very interesting fact. One of the reasons why I've particularly wanted to do a reaction to this, because I think when it comes to sex and sexuality, there's still a lot of growing and learning that we have to do. And I think a lot of our perception of sex and what we learn about sex more so comes from a religious perspective and not necessarily from a biological perspective. When it comes to a religious perspective, there is this ideology or this belief that, in most religions, at least, that one should be monogamous, particularly women. And also with that comes a lot of pretending. As though, hey, Lady Navoa, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. But yeah, and there is a lot of pretending that happens and that comes along with that. Hey, Cody is King. Thank you for coming through. But yeah, when it comes to sex in itself, a lot more. The stat that she gave, only 3% of people abstain before marriage, says a lot. It says that a lot of people are out here pretending, and at the end of the day, sex is actually is a very natural thing. Every living organism in this world engages in sex in some shape, form, or fashion, whether it be solely for procreation or for recreation and procreation. But at the same time, either way, it is a very natural thing. So when it comes to this pretending or sitting on a moral high horse as though, yeah, that's not something I engage in. I'm this whole purity, this whole purity act, we just need to get real. Just need to stop it. So yeah. Anyway, for those of who caught the clip, in the comments, let me know what you think. But yeah. For those who are still coming in, we still got people coming in. For right now, admin, I want you to play it again for those who coming in who didn't catch it. Like this fool right here. Hello, Mandrell. How are you? Hello. I guess he still ain't here.
Yeah, no, I'm here. How are you? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu. Thank you for joining us for another exciting episode. We have a great one for you tonight, people. Mm-hmm. Shushu, how have you been this week?
I've been wonderful. How have you been? Running your mouth on somebody else's platform when you got your...
No, I was not. I wasn't home. Thank you very much.
Like, okay. All right.
Plus, my headphones are broken, so I'm having to deal with this.
You said what happened?
My headphones are broken.
Right.
So I'm sitting here dealing with this, and to help you make a good show. You know what I'm saying? To assist you. This is huh?
Take your headphones out because it sounds horrible.
All right. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. That better?
No, not really. So anyway, yeah. So I was going into the topic of discussion.
All right. Can you hear me? Does that sound better? There's a shortage in the wire. All right. You see what I'm dealing with? You see why I was late tonight?
No. You were late because you decided 10 minutes before the show started to run out and get something that you probably were supposed to be eating anyway.
No, that's not true.
Okay, 15 minutes before.
Whatever. Anyway, carry on.
So I said tonight's show is basically a reaction video to Rebecca Lynn Pope. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Rebecca Lynn Pope, she is a relationship and dating coach. And she made a reaction video actually to some of the comments that were left on a video that she made that were talking about, she said the top reasons she married her husband. And the number one reason she married her husband, she said, because they had great sex. And what else, Scale? Exactly. We docking his pay. That's right. 15 minutes. Docs.
What pay?
Right. Anyway, so when we start getting paid, 15 minutes, you're getting docs. All right. So yeah. So she made a reaction video to some of the comments that were left on her video because she said that the number one reason she married her husband was because they had great sex. I mean, I don't think that's a bad reason to marry a husband. I mean, although she had other great qualities on there too, you know what I mean? But and some of the people felt like she was promoting premarital sex and stuff like that. And I seen, since you didn't catch it, admin, would you mind rolling that footage again?
Real ones, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. So, I posted my video the other day about my reasons for why I married my husband, and all the judgmental Judies and religious readers came out the woodwork when I said great sex was at the top of my list for why I married my husband. That was just a whole no-no. And I forgot that most people are not living in the reality of the real world, and most people are not honest and real and transparent. Just coming on really quickly before I go in and get my workout in to remind everyone that only 3%, and that is being generous, only 3% of the population waits to have sex until marriage. What does that mean? 97% of people have sex prior to saying I do. So even when you're in the relationship with someone you end up marrying, they're having sex.
So even when you end up in a relationship with someone you end up marrying, they're having sex. What do you think?
She's correct.
She's correct.
Yeah, people need to get over that nonsense. The whole purity thing, and you got people who say, I'm going to teach my kids abstinence. That's unrealistic. You need to teach, yes, tell them to be abstinent. You can stress it all you like, but prepare them for when that moment comes when they do have sex, because they're going to have premarital sex. Like, the odds are so stacked against that person waiting until marriage, so you may as well just act as if they're not going to wait.
Right.
Throw that out the window, because they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So prepare them for it. Teach them how to do it safely. Teach them about the dangers of it. Pregnancy is not the only danger.
Right.
You have all kinds of STDs out there that they need to be aware of. And that's one of the things that helped me be so careful. As I've always been very selective about who I slept with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because when I was young, I'd be in all those health classes. And remember Dr. Abernathy, when we was in church, he brought a lot of the guys our age in, and he showed us a bunch of slides, like pictures and slides, and videos of the results of STDs. Like, we saw how it made the genitals look. Yeah. And so I was like, I saw all that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this with everybody. So teaching me, when I learned about the dangers of it, I knew it was pleasurable. Everyone was talking about it, so that wasn't a big deal. But when I was aware of the danger, and not just pregnancy, it helped me make much more sound decisions. So that's what it was for me. Dr. Eugene Steele is here. Hey, Dr. Steele, how you doing?
How you doing? Yeah. Real quick, I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat who came in. Lady Navoa, what's going on, girl? Say hello. Cody is King. I believe I spoke to you. Scam Likely, what's going on? Dust, sir. Who else I saw? J Speed, thank you for coming through, sir. Always a pleasure having you. Queen Smiley, how are you, ma'am? Wonderful to have you here. Dre Blanco, thank you for rolling through. Good to see you, sir. So yeah, back to the topic. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I understand the reason why adults particularly like teach teens and stuff like that. Oh, wait, and all this other stuff. Because you don't want, particularly like your girls to get pregnant. You don't want them getting STDs, but also there's a fear of, the whole body count, which not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, there was this whole thing on YouTube, a bunch of platforms talking about body count. Well, the bottom line is this, most of the people that you hook up with have a body count, point blank, period. And due to this whole thing in society about particular on women, how women shouldn't have a high body count, and how women should be pure and all this other stuff. Yeah, women gonna lie about it. But the bottom line is she probably does have a body count. Whether it's high or low, depends on the type of chick you got. But the bottom line is this. Sex is a natural thing, and people out here having it. You know what I mean? So to pretend that they're not, you know what I mean, is a fallacy. So yeah, I think we're gonna go and drop the link a little early because I do want to hear some of you guys' thoughts.
They don't want to talk to us.
You guys check out the video on Rebecca Lynn Pope's channel.
There's only like 4 of them out there anyway watching.
It don't matter, and they welcome to come and talk to us. Anyway,
even the admin's not watching us half the time.
Yes, she is. Anyway.
See? I told you I'm preaching.
Oh my God. one of them, he said, damn, I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I saw somebody in the comments that said they don't think that's accurate. It's actually very accurate. It's very accurate.
Who said they don't think it's accurate? You know, you're always going to have one dumbass.
Most people, I mean, I think a lot of people are just in denial about it. You know what I'm saying? Even newsflash, even if you slip up once, like you're still not a virgin. Hello.
Exactly.
You've done it.
Even if it's just the tip.
You've done it. Even if you haven't penetrated vaginally and you just done anal, guess what?
That's whoa. No, that's
You've
different.
done it.
That's different.
Had a sexual experience.
No, that's different. I mean, kissing could be considered a sexual experience. Now, how ridiculous do you want to get with this now? Anal doesn't count. That's what the Arabs taught me. So, listen, that is. No bullshit. I was in Afghanistan. They taught me that anal don't count. So, I said it sounded pretty good to me. So, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
That's how they honestly, that's how they avoid, in their culture, that's how they avoid the men losing their virginity.
And that's also how they avoid or how they get around having we ain't gonna go all the way there, but that's also
there we go.
Avoid or excuse having sex with little boys.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, welcome Neil and Dr. Steele.
But the Eugene Steele.
Hey, how you doing?
And PSA, you know what I'm saying? That's not an insult to, you know, anybody in Arab culture, but that's a part of their culture. That is a part of their culture.
Not all of them, not all of the culture, because if you go to Saudi Arabia, that's it's a different story. You
right.
probably get hung for something like that. But right. Afghanistan, different story.
Right.
Hey man, I'm just glad that I'm used to walking into a hot LZ, man, because I popped up right when y'all were talking about that. I'm like, get your head down. Get your head down. I'm like, did she just say anal? I better duck. Please forgive me.
Now, Dr. Steele, come on, man. I'm supposed to come back from a war, see that, and take it seriously. And people at me about, why aren't you religious? Did you see that? That's why. That's why I'm not religious.
I paid to go to that church, though. Man, listen. I pay to watch that, bro.
That would be a fantastic comedy show, wouldn't it?
Oh, I can't wait to see the people get the Holy Ghost in there. Come on now. How much? I'll be putting all kind of money in that plate.
Yeah, you saw the guy behind him. Just
yeah. Yeah, he got Jerome. It's like the broke time. You know what I mean? He got Morris Day, Jerome up there, bro.
What do you guys think? I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's much more productive, and it'll yield far better results if you teach kids about these the dangers of premarital sex and how to protect themselves. That's that's what caused me to make better decisions and be very selective with the people I have sex with. Like, I don't have a high body count. I'm kind of proud to say that. You know what I'm saying? But you got some people out there that blow me out the water.
I mean, I could say that. I could say that, but it wouldn't quite be true. I won't be able to say that under oath.
Gotcha.
A lot of people won't be able to say that under oath.
Just saying.
And you're a father of a young daughter. When this subject comes up, and it will eventually, what are you going to say, man? I mean, help me out, because I want to be a father one day, and I need to know what to tell my kids.
Man, I wish it was a simple talk about just having sex with a man and woman reproducing. That ain't the conversation I got to have with my daughter these days. It's about boys having babies and girls and stuff I never thought I was going to have to talk about, real talk. And shout out to Black Man Unfiltered for putting me on game. I talked to my daughter about it, and she opened my eyes to what's going on in middle school right now. So, yeah, that would be easy, brother. You know what I mean? Just to talk about the birds and the bees, that would be an easy one. The stuff we're talking about now, the birds, the bees, the ants, the moths, you know what I mean? The hornets and everything else.
Right.
You know, it's something very few parents nowadays, talk about the birds and the bees. I remember when my parents would talk to me about sex and everything like that. And it made me think. And I can remember when I was in high school, where I've seen some girls, around my age with baby bumps, and that scared the living daylights out of me. It made me, you know, want to abstain from it. And until I was 25, I did abstain from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well,
I remember being in elementary school. It's the first time I saw a girl pregnant. Was elementary school, man. That was the 80s. You know what I mean? She was 5th grade, I think. And then there was 2 girls that were pregnant in middle school. And by high school, it was what it was.
These
yeah, I mean, you got to figure back in the 80s. It was in the 80s. It was real common because like certain high schools in New York were like Brandeis had their own section for pregnant teens.
Mhm.
And as a father of 2
different.
daughters,
Well, Dre, it's
as a
different for
father,
you. You grew up in the city of Babylon, but and that's what New York is. I love it too, by the way. Crime infests everything that can go wrong does go wrong in New York all the time.
true.
See, we didn't have
That's
this
where the money
epidemic when I
is.
was in school, though. Tell us more about how it was in the city of Babylon.
First of all, thank you for joining us, Dre. Dre dropping jams, Jenkins. Okay, come on,
Hey, listen, this is our show. Okay, you don't have to thank them for anything. They should be thanking you for allowing them an audience with you.
Well, it's about
I
to be
appreciate
you,
it.
so you keep showing up
It
late.
was well appreciated.
Listen,
But
you are.
it was, I will tell you this, it was being a virgin was frowned upon growing up.
Yeah, it was. That's
So,
true.
so everyone was trying to get it any way they could. Usually it was around prom time. Dudes are like, yo, I know I got my guaranteed prom date. I know what's going on. We got the hotel set up. That's how it was. I had a girlfriend at the time, so we were already knocking that out. My father actually walked in on me and was like, look, bro, you're getting at that age and you have to be responsible.
Getting at that age.
Yeah, you got to be.
Yeah,
You got to be
he caught
responsible.
you in the act. He said you getting at that age. No, we there now.
Yeah, well,
No,
I
Papa,
mean,
think we're there.
but he can't see. But the thing is, he actually taught me something that because there's not a lot of men out here teaching these young boys. He taught me my value. He's like, look, I see who be knocking on my door, but my mom used to say, yo, you shouldn't have to screw every girl that comes to this door. I thought it was a badge of honor. I didn't know. They're like, look, you ain't a virgin. You can't get that back, but preserve yourself for when you do get married, that you could give your wife at least a little something that you haven't given the whole South Bronx. And then when the same thing went with my sister, my older sisters, she was like, yo, you have a gift that nobody can say they had. Her kids from she have 2 kids from the same dude. She has no, they were engaged at one time. So she has no 6, 7 baby daddies. My younger sister, I don't know, somewhere down the line, the message ain't get down to her. You know what I'm saying? But there's always going to be one.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Right. My oldest daughter, when she lost her virginity, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie. It hurt. And I knew it. I knew when it happened before she even told me. I knew
when you said that.
I knew when it happened.
Like,
because
well,
I spoke to her.
Goddamn.
Nah. Because
I know what you're saying,
but I saw how she was moving.
Oh, okay.
I saw how she was moving. She started moving differently. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, look, because I had to talk with her boyfriend at the time. I said, let me tell you something, yo. If you don't see a future with my daughter, leave her alone. But if you take her virginity, I'm going to be on you. Because it got to be more than you just wanted to take her virginity and go about your way. And I told her exactly what to look for once it happens. I was like, if he starts being distant, making excuses to why he can't hang out, he got what he wanted. And that's what it is. You have to understand that, you had a gift that no one could run around say they had, and you gave it to somebody who you thought was deserving. And y'all not even together no more after 8 months of being together.
Hey, but brother Dre, wasn't that a tough conversation though? Cause when dude like, but she came to the door, bro, just like they came to your door. Like, what am I supposed to do?
You know, my
Oh,
dad.
no, see, but I told her, but you're gonna have wolves in sheep clothing. But I told her, I was like, I'm glad that you're going through this now at 21. I wouldn't want you to have to deal with this in 25, 26, 27, 30. You know what I'm saying? If it had to happen, I'm glad that it happened now so you can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? To understand what it is. But the problem is a lot of times where women who don't have a large body count think this dude lugs them. You know, they got the one that everybody in the neighborhood wants. And when he dogs her out, they're completely scarred. And that's what you're getting now. Men are trash, men are this and men are that. Because of one dude who they put all their eggs in one basket and he ended up breaking all the eggs.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember what my dad, told me. He told me, you get a girl pregnant, you're going to be taking care of that baby. You're going to help her take care of it. So I think that's what really prompted me, all that time to stay away from it. Because of the fear of, getting that woman pregnant. And they also told me to always wear a condom. And, I always, every time I go out, I would take one with me just in case it happens.
Damn, dog. How can I ask you what your age is, dog?
Hold on. First of all, thank you, J Speed. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming up.
I want to ask Doc what his age is.
I'm 52.
You 52. I'm 63. I didn't start using condoms till Magic came out. And I only used them 1 or 2 times. Let me see. And I wasn't gonna have no chance with Cookie, but I know there was some other cookies out there.
Old school right there, bro.
But anyway, I got 5 grown adults now, and I pretty much bought chastity belts for all of them. They don't have the male chastity belts and the female chastity belts, and my daughter's 22 years old. She's still wearing one now. I said, well in the chat room, and I said I would guarantee you 99% of the people who are addicted to crack, I can guarantee you 99% of them smoked crack before. You can't get addiction unless you smoke it. So that don't make it right. I mean, see, I understand that, I understand people. You know what, Shushu? I'm glad I get to talk to the smart one. And I know the other one is out there eating on something because that's all he does. But I'm glad I get to talk to the smart one.
First of all, man, listen. I go take the smart one. Actually, she will even admit that I'm the smart one.
Yeah, well,
it's just when you see me talking to people, I gotta dumb it down, J Speed.
I understand,
really do.
But I'm pretty sure she said you the smart one because you probably butted her head when she was little, and she don't want to get hit by the head again. So she probably gonna agree with everything you say.
Oh,
but anyway,
no, she doesn't.
Well, you know what I'm saying. She do it kindly. If she
she does not.
Yeah.
No, she does not.
But anyway,
she's like everybody except me.
But I'm like this. We go around in these circle conversations, and we don't figure, and we haven't never really watched the dog bite his tail and go around a circle, and he stays in the same spot. And we're gonna complain about the spot that we just made. Look, I understand it's 2022, but I can pretty much guarantee everybody who's listening to this channel tonight and everybody who's going to listen to this channel in the future, excuse my language, but pussy and dick been around since man been here and woman been here. And so it's not like it's a new tool, a new invention or something, where, we're all just going crazy with it because we never had it before. It's not like a smartphone, you know what I mean? It's been there. So I think that we just gotta have a little more discipline. We gotta be. I mean, things gonna happen. Come on, I had my child at 16, but I was married with a shot. Oh, you see that shotgun wound right there? I was married at 17 and a half. The kid took a little time to get here. I don't know if it was my child or not, but his head's about the same size, man. So I'm gonna claim him. I'm gonna claim him. But anyway, I say that to say this. Just because people go do things, and just because we 2020 and you don't have to look at the magazine, the Playboy magazine no more. You can just click and hit the Pornhub, and you can see anything you want to. You can any kind of sex act you want to. Look, we got to slow this down. You know what I mean? We really go have to slow. This is getting way out of hand. You know, I was just on the bus the other day as I was going down to the welfare office to see why my check was late. And I seen some girls down there about what they had on. I can see why guys, you know, can't leave the house without thinking about sex, because they didn't have pretty much nothing on. I think she had fishnets on and a half a bra. When I say half a bra, it was only covering one side of her breast and the other side didn't have nothing on it. May have had a star on it or something. I don't know. It was a tattoo or what. I wasn't trying to pay it too much attention because, you know, I'm still on parole and I can't be looking at women that hard because of the Me Too movement. So.
Terrible. Terrible.
Warming up for tomorrow. You warming up for tomorrow. That's all this is. But amazing.
But anyway, we're going to have to get a handle on this. And I know most men don't like for me to say you got to get a handle on it because a lot of them still beating the meat as probably having this show right here. But I hope they don't expose themselves, especially when I'm talking anyway. But we're really going to have to get a handle on this because the serious note behind all this is it's fun and laughter, but we taking sex almost like the Olympics. You got all kinds of competition going in the bedroom. You know, you got water sports in the bedroom. You got swinging, like I guess gymnastics, swinging from the chandeliers, and then you got these goddamn poles. I walked in the girl house the other day, and she had 2 poles in her room. And I don't know what kind of fool she was, but she don't seem like she was that type of girl who was in shape. She's a big girl, and I could see some of the screws was easing out of that damn pole, and I had to tell her, if you keep going around that damn pole, you gonna break your damn neck, girl. You need to have some of the maintenance man come in and tighten up them damn screws. But she took that in consideration as she was sitting down there eating 12 butter biscuits on a big old jug of Kool-Aid, and and I said to myself, this is an accident waiting to happen. Now I feel sorry for the man, feel like he has to have sex with her just before she get married. I'm getting back to the point now. Young lady, when you put stuff out there, in the air like that, in the clouds, you pretty much go get people to respond on it. I mean, I don't know what you was thinking about when you said it. I mean, why do people think that they can say things like that and they're not going to get pros and cons on both sides? You know what I'm saying? All attention is not good attention. You know what I mean? So when you put something out there, you got to know it's going to have some flashback and pushback on it, and especially, I know they're twerking in the church and stuff like that, and you feel like you can just get on the damn internet and say anything. And they actually are twerking in the church now. You can see many of videos now they're doing that. I guess that's a new shopping move, or I don't know what they call it, but this thing is getting out of hand. And I think we're going to have Reverend Sweet Toes sometime sooner or later and come along and take care of this bullshit. All right, I'm sorry I'm taking up too much of y'all time.
Hey, but you wilding out, man. But real talk though, coming up, like getting back to the point, like premarital sex and all that, right? Coming up as a teenager in the 80s, you know, and getting into the 90s as a young man, sex, you still had to have some skill to get, you know, sexual access from a woman. You had to have a little game, you had to have a little skill. Now, today, that's not a thing. I mean, these young girls are about it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Master P. These young girls are about it. And I mean, I've never seen it so easy in my life. I mean, if you sit back and watch it like, damn, And then with this whole manosphere stuff and all these guys trying to figure out how to, how can I get some of this and that? I'm like, bro, just show up.
Just use it. The women go to these dating apps just to have sex. That's what they use dating apps for. They're hookup sites. And you got guys up here, I don't understand how to get a woman. Like, well, after spending so much time here now, it hit me. These guys don't know that it's on the men. It really is on the men. They don't know what they're doing. They have no clue what to do. And like Dr. Steele, I'm convinced now. It ain't the ladies.
No, but
these guys don't know what they're doing. Like, they don't know how to treat women, don't know how to talk to them.
But that's not the topic. But that's not the topic. The point is this, though. The point is this. It's never been easier for young men to get sexual access. It's never been easier.
That's true.
So when they get mad at this Rebecca Lynn Pope for just telling the truth, I don't understand. I don't get that.
See, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Back in the days, when women want to have sex, they knew it within 30 seconds. They would just wait for you to say something to mess it up. Nowadays,
still like that.
It's different. Now they don't even care. Fuck it. It's just a lot quicker on when they're gonna ghost your ass. Because if it's good, they're only gonna call you when they want it. Now, because the sexual liberation, I could do what I want when I want. The problem is they don't want it to come back and haunt them. That's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to do what I want. I'm free. But when they find somebody that they really want, they don't want that person to know that they live in this lifestyle. Because what they're doing outside with everybody else, they're not going to do with them to this new dude.
That's why they're afraid of the body count conversation.
Well, yeah, and it's zero accountability. Gotcha. We live in that era. Like, you can't hold me responsible for my actions in the past. But I'm curious to hear what Sister Shushu has to say and the sisters in the chat. You know what I mean? Why is it? I mean, is it media? You know what I mean? Is it the social pressure from other women? Like, why is it that women are so loose with their most precious gift?
Well, the conversation is totally different now. Society has moved from sex supposed to being something that's sacred and something that's special to being like, hey, women can do it. Women can be free with it too. Because let's not pretend like and like, just like Dre was saying, how it was a badge of honor to have a lot of women. But for women, it's always been this whole idea that you should be pure and you should wait. And I think a lot of the problem is, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, I think I don't think sex is something that should be done with everybody. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is we've moved away from that whole idea. And you know, that's why, and there's no value on it, really. There's no value on sex.
I don't know, they're making a pretty good penny down there in Vegas.
That's a different kind of value.
Right.
Kind of value.
I just want to put that in there before we get too far with this.
I think we taught sex from a different concept. Like, part of the reason why people lie so much, particularly women lie so much about their body count, lie so much about being virgins, lie so much about it in the first place, is because we teach sex from a religious standpoint, as opposed to just teaching it from a biological standpoint. You know what I mean? Sex is very much so natural. And like Jay Speed said, you know, people have been doing this since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's not controlled, you have chaos. You have what you have now. People just wilding and doing whatever. And that's where all these diseases and stuff come from.
Well, Shushu, can I ask you something? Well, I really want to ask Mandrell because he's a soldier in the house.
Hold on, OG. Hold on, OG. She said, hold on 1 second.
I want to acknowledge Dakota. How are you? Thank you for coming up on the panel.
Thank you. Well, so you're talking about the ladies. So, what?
All right. Well, I tell you what. You get your Mac on in a minute. And I'm gonna ask this question. All right. So, Mandrell, don't we have the commander in chief as the president of the United States, right?
Yes.
What question you want to ask me?
No, you can answer two afterwards. Or maybe you need to. I don't know. You need to get a little closer to your neighbor's Wi-Fi because it's coming in a little late. I was asking Mandrell, but anyway, Mandrell, we get the commander in chief, right? Mm-hmm. So we had one who was getting head in the White House. Then we had one about 15 to 20 years later who grabbed him by the pussy. Now, when you got that kind of people who's running your country, it's gonna be hard to get away from that peer pressure when you got the person who's controlling everything in your country, and that's the way they think. And that has nothing to do with men. I mean, say women, because look, women spend their whole life. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Well, it ain't like I ain't been honest up to this point, but I'm just gonna say that because it sounds good. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Women spend their whole life, if they look at the magazine, the news, movies, videos, or whatever, every media and print they look at is always telling them there's something wrong with them. All right? Now, if if somebody can convince you, well, you got to have this dress, you got to have this makeup, you got to have this eyelids, you got to have this tone, you got to have this hairstyle, you got to have that. You're always critiquing yourself all the time. And then, in the midst of that, this is before they get to their friends. This is way before they get to their friends. And so, women I have always known, due to 11 sisters I had when I was coming up.
I'm so very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, my mom had 18, but it was 11 girls. I took a lot of girl ass whooping when I was little till I learned how to box, and then that shit changed. But we ain't gonna get into that part of the conversation.
I taught this in karate.
Yeah, okay. So you understand what I'm saying? By the time they get to their friends, one thing I know about women, I guess, made me look at things a little different because I was well trained. I had a PhD and a lot of things with dealing with women when I left the house at a very young age. One thing I know about them is they're in competition with each other. They won't never admit it.
Yeah, they are.
But they are in competition with each other. That's where this
Constantly.
queen bee come in. Because if you ever notice, guys, when you have a woman and they're in an event or something, and they sit around, as soon as another woman come through that door, that woman look them up and down. It's not because she's funny or anything. She's sizing up her competition. You know what I mean? And sometimes you'll see them go, she had the nerve to wear that short ass shit. Who the hell she thinks she is?
J Speed, you just hit on something that most men don't understand when they scream accountability. You hit on it. Women are in constant competition with themselves. So they'll tell their obese friend, you a 10, you a diva, you a queen, knowing that they're not, look, nobody's going to want you. But if you believe that, I'll get all the attention. And then you're questioning why I'm not getting all the attention.
Right.
Like, for those who have me on, like I posted on Tuesday Thoughts. You can't expect honesty from people who lie to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We sit up there.
Oh, go ahead. Get it in.
You know, we'll sit up there and want to ask questions when the answers are right in front of us. You know, we everybody says, actions speak louder than words. Nah. Patterns speak louder than actions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people's actions are deceiving, but their patterns are consistent. And a lot of times we overlook a lot of stuff that's going on because we want it to fit a narrative that makes us feel comfortable with ourselves and our situation. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to men don't really start paying attention to how a woman moves till they stick their dick in it and it feels different. Now they got questions. You know what I'm saying?
The reality comes in.
Right.
That dick remorse come in. So, guys, a lot of times you can save yourself trouble. Not most of you, you're not going to be trying to save yourself trouble. I'm just talking about the ones that say, if you have women coming along and they tell you their nickname is like Mercedes and Creamy and Jello and Jiggly, get the hell out of there fast. I'm telling you. Because you're going to be caught up with some bullshit. All right? So, I'm just telling you guys who's trying to hold yourself and savor yourself. Now, I do believe, Susu, I do believe there's one thing. I think virgins should marry virgins. I really believe that. Because then you have something to...
No.
Hold on now. No. I don't think that's true either. No. Wait. Hold up now. You can't do that.
Why not?
Well,
People should have the right. People should have the right to fall in love with and sleep with whomever they want to. And you can't keep the virgins away from everybody else. That ain't right.
And besides, it's unrealistic.
Anytime
it is unrealistic. How are you gonna find two virgins and put them together, JC?
Hey, Mandrell.
Like 2 unicorns.
Mandrell, anytime you put falling in anything and a word come after, you know you fucking up. Falling in anything ain't good. I'm just telling you. All right, you can be in love, but when you start talking like that bullshit about falling anything, there's nothing good come after when you put falling in front of it. Okay? A lot of people don't fall in love, they fall in lust.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let's get that straight. Now think about
Falling like.
Yeah, falling like that works good too, but you still gonna get that fucked up word gonna be fucked up at the end of it because you fall. You know what I mean? When you fall, you got to get up. Okay?
I stand for like. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Stand for life. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I be standing for life all the time. Salute to the universe. But anyway, getting back to it, Mandrell, how could you be equally yoked? Neither people has experience, and I think that's how you build a relationship. Because think about this. Take a man like me at the age of 16, working in the nightclub. How many women I ran through in, say, 9 or 10 years? Being a DJ. Hell, I'm getting more boxed than the owner. Yeah, you well, 3.5, because one was short. But what I'm trying to say, man, what I'm trying to say, man, what I'm trying to say, Mandrell, is you get yourself in a situation, then you be thinking it's just like anything else in life. It escalates. You be with one person, and then you say, "Damn, that girl is good." And then you get another girl, "Oh, that girl is good." And then you get in a relationship where you want to be serious, but you cannot deny yourself or your experiences that you have always had sexual. And say this girl, she has everything that you want, but the sexual experience is not up to par. Now, you can say you can go and train her, but what you will be doing is training her to something you like in your past. So you still bringing luggage. I believe don't bring luggage if you don't have to. You understand? For all you fools like me who love to have sex, then you go out there and find somebody who love to have sex like you. Don't be trying to get with no virgin or whatever.
Everybody loves sex today.
Yeah.
Well, some people are addicted. I say I love to have it. I ain't say I was addicted. Some people are addicted. So what I'm saying is I ain't never had to go to no pussy anomalies or anything like that where I had to, you know, get control of myself. You know, I can go to the grocery store without, following the woman around with the big ass all day and the ice cream don't melt. I don't have it that bad. So what I'm trying to say is, I like intimacy with my lady. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you got that kind of experience, you're never gonna be satisfied with a woman who don't have that kind of experience. It's always gonna be a problem. You gonna always be looking at Miss Parker across the street. You see what I'm saying?
That's an urban myth, OG. Come on.
No, it's not.
Everybody. Look.
Hold on. Every time the woman you sleep with,
everybody wasn't trained like you, Mandrell.
Look, the woman you sleep with today is not going to be the same experience as the woman you sleep with next time. You know that. Right. So it's a new experience with each person.
But I'm saying,
every woman you get with has to get used to the things that you like, and you
again, like. you didn't listen to it, all right? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Aunt Sue, hey, Aunt Sue make that good potato salad, all right? And Uncle Lee, who drinks a lot, if you can catch him making his potato salad without the roaches being around, he can make a pretty good one his damn self. But when you get to that woman who has raisins and carrots in her potato salad, you gonna compare it with the bullshit that the real shit you had before. And see, this is what I'm saying. We get into a lot of relationship, and the more relationship we have, the more we're comparing that person to who we are with. And that's called bringing baggage. It could be good baggage or bad, but see, we always look at baggage as being bad baggage. I was in a bad relationship. The girl used to kick me in the ass all the time. She always ran my water cold. You know, she never shut the curtains when she take off her clothes. All that kind of bullshit. So I'm saying, when when you get into a relationship when a person is not doing that, and then she do something slightly that you think from your experience, they say she opened the curtain, she didn't know it was open, and she was putting on a bra. You like, oh shit, there she go. She just like the motherfucker I was with before. You see what I'm saying? She just forgot to shut the damn curtain. So what I'm trying to say is,
my only pushback, OG, would be this. This sounds great in theory. This is one of those things, you know what I mean, just drawing on my military experience, like the brother next to me, you know what I mean, the Green Beret next to me.
yes, sir.
We went on a lot of missions. It sounded good in theory. Oh yeah, this would be a fucking cakewalk. And then you get there, and it goes to shit. So it would be great in theory if you could put two versions together, yeah. But in today's world, one of them two, they gonna go out and do some more stuff anyway, right?
No. And
how you gonna stop that, brother? That's
okay. Again, okay. Let me just break it down to you. I'm not saying
how many women you reckon you been with before, JSP? In your life?
Man, you don't want to know that number. You don't want to know that number, man.
A lot. Okay, a lot.
Old as Moses, man. He was with Ruth. He was with Ruth, bro.
Hey, Mandrell, I know you ain't got your GED and you can't count over 100, so if I start telling you the real number, your ass gonna be lost anyway.
Gotta get his toes out. Start counting, boy.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, Mandrell, look, Mandrell. Hey, DL, Saint, let me tell you something. Somebody told me when I was raising my daughter that I was raising her old-fashioned. Even with my sons, too. I raised them in California, like, you know, and then I sent them back to the South. Like, they say...
At what age? At what age did you send them back, OG?
I sent my daughter back at 12.
All right.
Okay? And I sent my son back when he graduated from high school because she sent him to me when he got like 9. He got like goddamn 6 feet tall. He looked like at 9 years old. She was like, I'm scared of him. So he came out of California. Okay. But what I say this to say this. Sometimes I think we as parents, we scared that our children ain't gonna like us. So we start loosening up on the rope. Start talking about the realities of life and all this other shit, you know, that really don't have nothing to do with your household, but it has something to do with the house outside your household. And you really don't want to set standards. Now, just because you set standards, I'm with you, DL, that people go break them standards. But my daughter, even today, and this is why I'm saying get equally yoked. Me, my ex-wife was Muslim. And so whoever I sent her to, she was going to have the same practice I have. My daughter don't get to go out on dates without being chaperoned. You see what I'm saying? Well, either me, her sister, or the mother, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And they go to established places that everything it has a blueprint. Now, I can't stop a guy from sneaking in the window. You know, I'm sneaky myself. You understand what I'm saying? But I figure when you do all these prevent maintenance things, and plus you instill in that child the benefit of the importance of saving themselves, because I'm going to just be honest with you. If I had to do it all over again, I would have loved to have got married as a virgin. And I'm just being honest, and most men won't even tell you that. I would have loved to have got married to a virgin, and I was a virgin. Compared to, you know, because when I came in the bedroom, I could teach who half of them Playboy bunnies some shit by the time I got married the second time.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Somebody jumping on some dresses.
So what I'm trying to say is, when you experience, get with an experienced person. But don't believe that we can't be a better of ourselves and we can't set conditions. I think we're just too scared. We want to be friends with our kids. We want to be likable parents. We want our kids to love us in a way like, I love my parents. You know, I love my mother because I love my father because, you know, he's so cool. You know what I mean? He's up on things. You know what I mean? I don't want to really know the shit that my daughters talk to her friends about because I didn't want my parents to talk the shit that I know about when I was young. We talk about shit. Just because we talked about it and we sneak it about it and we laugh about it, I think it has a lot to do with who you take your child around in circles, who she's with. You see what I'm saying? and how much you are into that child's life. And I know, I'm right there, go say some different shit, but I'm ready for him because he been over there eating them goddamn tamales and all that other bullshit and dance and the shit. So I know, he ain't out at them Latinas goddamn restaurants. So I know he got some stuff to say.
Look here, y'all, for the ladies and the listeners. Y'all want to get a hold of OGJ Speed is 1-800-GET-DICK-QUICK. All right, yeah. 1-800-GET-DICK-QUICK. Go ahead. But it lasts a long time. You get dick quick, but it lasts a long time. Let's don't put that part. Forget that goddamn part. You might think I'm supposed to go be a quickie. They can leave the house quick. Your ass gonna be there till the midnight movie come on.
No, you too old for that, J Speed.
No, don't tell me, Mandrell. Don't get your shoes in some shit you can't get the smell off of them.
Come on, Grandpappy. Grandpappy, straight up though, Grandpappy. And I said, Grandpappy, I said with respect, Grandpappy. How many of blue pills you got laying about the house?
No, I use. Everybody know throughout the internet. I use 2 popsicle sticks with some duct tape. Never get.
Goddamn.
Say, I have a question for you. You said that your daughter is a Muslim. Are you a Muslim?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
But I tell you straight up, yo.
You are Sunni or Shiite?
What?
Sunni or Shiite?
So what
he's a Nation of Islam Muslim.
I'm a Nation of Islam, bro.
Like
we weren't looking for no Middle Eastern Islam. A Nation of Islam is Nation of Islam.
Y'all gonna have to take that conversation. Y'all gonna have to take that conversation
elsewhere.
Y'all got heathens in here now.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is guidelines and anything. Structure and guidelines helps a lot. Even though your children might break them, but if you set that foundation, at least have something to stand on.
Let me tell you something. You made a point, but I will tell you, I got a 10-year-old, and you could teach them, but you can't trust that their parents are teaching their kids the right way. Because I sit down there and my daughter does tell me what her friends talk about, and I'm just sitting up there like, yo, who the fuck are these parents? My daughter is not sheltered. She knows what's going on, but the conversations she talked about in the 5th and 4th grade, little boys walking down the hall talking about sucking my dick. Now I wasn't saying that shit till I wasn't saying that till I got to middle school.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
They're wearing weaves. They're wearing weaves in the 5th grade too. So when they start wearing that shit.
I don't know. My daughter's all natural. Her hair goes down her.
I'm saying the kids are actually in the elementary school are wearing weaves and stuff.
Yeah, that's the parents doing. Well,
I seen a little girl wearing pumps, 7-inch pumps to school in the 7th grade.
You ain't seen no kid with no 7-inch pumps.
I'm telling you, man. I thought they were still. I thought it was. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I know you're Mandrell. I know you're on probation. You can't be hanging around schools and shit. And but there's still shit going on while you can't go around it.
Ooh, hey man, we got Dust. Hey yo, y'all got Dusto and Jedi Mike in here.
All right, and welcome, to the panel. Yeah, so I don't know how much of the discussion you guys have caught. We were doing a reaction video to Rebecca Lynn Pope. She made a video basically saying that 3% of the population actually abstain from marriage. Abstain from sex before marriage, and it was in response to some comments that some people made on the video, in the previous video she made. She was saying that the number one reason she married her husband was because the sex was great. So, and I guess, people were coming at her because they were like, oh, well, you're encouraging people to have premarital sex and all this other stuff. And her whole thing is, most people are lying when they try to act like they're holier than thou, and they're not engaging in it. So, yeah.
See, they're getting on her about it because being married, that shit is more or less of a marathon than a sprint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, initially when they were dating, he made her lay down that wood, but once he said I do, she wasn't busting them legs wide open like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't. I mean, you're supposed to be married forever, so you don't want it to get boring. So you start doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? So at what point does character comes in? Come into play? Financial, literacy. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, the dick was good, but you still got a mattress on on some milk crates. At what point
it's something else we never
the
talked
substance
about
of a
too.
person comes up.
It's something we never talked about too. The discussion. We haven't talked about male dating strategy versus female dating strategy, which is also a very big thing in all this as well. We never touched on it. We just jump into premarital sex. Yeah, everybody's smashing. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're talking about body count. I mean, who's this? The National Survey of Family Growth. This was back in the early 2000s. They did a study, and they said women with 0 to 1 partners are least likely to divorce, and they said women with 10 or more partners were most likely to divorce. But this only became true in recent years, and that was going back to like 2010. So these numbers are blowing out the water now. So you're looking at body count when we say, well, body count doesn't matter, but there are surveys and studies that actually show the contrary, and it's not the same for men. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have a dude with a body count of 1,000. Right, who's gonna leave his wife because she's whatever, she's pure or whatever. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And you look at divorces, what is it? 70 to 80% of women initiate divorces in this country. I don't know what it's like worldwide, but in this country, so there's a whole lot wrapped up into this. We're having a good time talking to OG. Grandpappy dropping some dimes tonight, which is hilarious.
And Vigoda's overseas right now. And Vigoda, what country are you in? Remind me.
I'm in the Middle East. How are you now that I'm overseas?
Yeah, I know you. I know you're in the Middle East. I thought you were from like either Jordan or.
No, but you are very close.
Israel.
Yeah, from Israel.
Yeah. I thought so. Yeah. Yeah. So what's it like over there? Tell us, man. What's it like over there? Do they preach premarital sex to your youth, or is it okay?
What? Of course, you can sleep with women before they're married. Let me tell you a personal story. My parents never married, and they had me.
Right, but over here, people who are very religious. We asked and we brought this topic up because over here, people who are very religious, Christians, they like to shame people for having sex before marriage when it's something that they themselves have done.
Right.
It's the hypocrisy of it all. So, most people don't know how things are in Israel or anywhere else because most Americans don't go anywhere and they're ignorant. So that's why I wanted to get your insight and your input. How are things over in Israel, in the Middle East, that you've observed in contrast to Israel?
First of all, there's a big difference between what's going on in Israel and what's going on in countries like Jordan and Egypt. In those countries, there you can get into problems in terms of sex before marriage. But in Israel itself, it's okay. You can do whatever you want in terms of intercourse.
Oh wow!
It's like the US. You have if you, for example, in some places the dungeons, if you get what I'm saying, and in general you have women in Tinder and stuff. Of course, they are aiming for a relationship more than a casual intercourse, but still, nobody's going to arrest you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And no cousin of the parents or cousins of the woman aren't going to hunt you down or something, unlike in our countries.
Yeah. And certain places of especially in the Appalachia region of the continental U.S., their cousins might come after you or something like that with a shotgun. But
in the Arab countries, if you sleep with the woman and stuff like that, for example, in Jordan or Egypt, the family, if the woman could be in problems with her dad and cousins for putting the family to shame.
Yes.
According to their eyes, and then you also going to be the target of their cousins and stuff. And
right.
If you're lucky, that's a part. It's going to be just a lynch, or it could end up in killing. That's in Arab societies, but never mind that. You know what? If we are already here, I want to ask you a question. What do you think about the racist basketball player that that they post what he posted.
I'm more pissed off at Amazon for making the movie and hosting it on their website.
Yeah, they
than I am at him.
get what they stuff.
Right, I'm more pissed off at them than the basketball player because all he did was post a link to it. He didn't make the film. He didn't make the film.
He has a lot of followers, and from what I saw, he had the chance to apologize and take out the link to that video and end all of this. And he instead spit into the face of all of us when he said the things that he said to the journalist and stuff. And a lot of people are angry about it, and that's why he's getting what he's getting.
And black folks, y'all should be listening. You hear your brother said us. They stick together. You heard that. Now, black folks, we don't tend to stick together.
Right. And just in case, for all you ignorant people who don't know, Israel is pretty much Jewish. Almost all Jewish.
80%, around 90%.
Yes. I mean, it's
but yeah.
Like it is
80% is Jewish and genetically Jewish.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, like I say, they stay on code. They look out for each other.
All around the world.
You can't do nothing but admire it.
Yeah, and that guy, what we're going to do to him, what we didn't unfortunately did to Wimpy and Kenya.
Yeah, I think he's gonna end up getting the same thing they gave Kanye. That's my opinion on it.
Let me stop this before
it go too far down the rabbit hole. Hey, Shushu, you see that message from Black Man? You see that message from Black Man?
Somebody baking ham. You know what?
That's so funny.
It's a message in the chat from Black Man Unfiltered to Shushu. And Mandrell going to get his shotgun. What are you talking about?
Anyway, thank you, Dry Meat Dan,
give me all six.
for joining. Dry Meat Dan, what your comment?
Yeah.
I'm a virgin.
Dry Meat Dan, go ahead, brother. Wow.
It's terrible.
No, I mean I'm a virgin. I'm saving for the special lady. We're not supposed to have sex until we're 55.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Yo, is it possible for Pinocchio's nose to come through my screen?
Who is the Pinocchio?
It might be more than his nose, Joe. Be careful, brother Dre, what you asked for. It might be more than his nose popping through that screen.
Right.
No, we won't keep it up the nose. We're gonna keep it above the neck. You know what I'm saying?
I had to go back to something J Speed said. Did you really just say a man is dating a woman and they got problems he don't like? She kicks him in the ass every once in a while. That really what's going on in this dating world,
bro. That's not. Hey, but I got a real question for Shushu and all the ladies in the chat, and it's what brother Dry Meat said. Dry Meat Dan.
What?
Real talk. How come these retired 304s come out and talk about I'm a virgin? They'll just wake up on Tuesday talking about I'm a virgin, but she done smashed 5 days. You know what I mean? 5 dudes on Monday. I'm a virgin now. You know what I mean? What is that about?
That's like saying I'm not 300 pounds. Oh.
I think it's because, sometimes, people decide they want to, recommit themselves to Christianity, and they decide, hey, I'm going to be born again. Jesus said he will wash away all my sins. He will wash away all the penises that I have had in my past, and from here forward, I'm waiting. So if Jesus can forgive, okay, if Jesus can wash away the sins, why can't?
Amen.
Y'all just go along with the wash away of sins.
Daphne Springs just did a video where she said if the dude that she had sex with, if he ain't successful, him smashing don't count. So it lowers her body count.
That's right. All bodies don't count. That's right.
All bodies don't count. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Dre, how does that work in trial? All bodies don't count.
In your honor. Well, you have to understand, it's the burden of proof is on the state to prove that the body that it counts. All the defense had to do is muddy the waters. You know what I'm saying? Create reasonable doubt.
These 304s be jumping up. Move the strike. Move the strike. How many? 415. Move the strike. 415.
I object. Relevance.
So if there's evidence that she slept with Hot Meat Tony and Sugar Meat Sam, and there's evidence, then she actually has to stand trial.
Sugar Meat Sam.
Your Honor,
yes.
We have the witness present. He would like to
better than Sweet Dick
show
Willie.
his video and his receipts. He has receipts that he has smashed, and she has been blowing his phone up for a weekend nightcap. So he want to be counted in that number. He doesn't want to be stricken from the record.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
There he is. Jedi Mike in the house, though.
He actually didn't. Never mind. I ain't gonna say it.
Well, there is another side of that. Now, you take a person like I said, who's supposed to be a virgin, and his is his first experience with a girl who's supposed to be a virgin, and he jumped in that thing, and it feels like he jumped in a mop bucket. Now, that's gonna be a traumatic experience for him. I mean, you know, that's gonna be really,
I won't say
really
traumatic. He'll be confused like a motherfucker. Like, is this
totally
supposed to be
confused,
wide open and wet,
and especially when he get up and the guy riding the motorcycle out of it.
He's like,
So,
is
what
my
I'm
foot
saying
supposed to be able to fit in this thing?
What I'm
Am I
saying
supposed to be
is,
diving?
you got to be true to the cause. You know what I mean? But you know what, OJ Speed. Now, I do have some stuff to tighten that thing back up if it's too loose, and it's been. No, heck no, man. That's old women right there. That's what you trying to make a pickle pussy or something? I mean, you know. He have that from that vinegar. What are you trying to make a pickle pussy or something? I mean, I got something that actually work. Give you scar tissue and everything down there. You can read about it, but I can point you in the right direction.
What you gonna do? Put some command strips on them things?
No, believe it or not, this stuff been tested since maybe back in 16 AD, something like that. But I got it when I went over to Africa. They have it over there, and I'm telling you, it works. I mean, I gave it to a couple girls, and they was able to fool some people. So I know the shit worked because I know how loose they was.
Man, look here, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, Grandpappy. I know this one chick. She laid back, man. 5 dudes jumped out of there, man. It was like clowns coming out of one of them little mini cars, bro. Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to fix that. You ain't gonna be able to put that back together. They jumped out, started running around.
Well, it sounds real. Oh, that's real. It sounds real bad if it starts sounding like a HBU band and a big old horn when you're doing it with it. You know. Hello. You know what I'm saying? So. So, I mean, you know, I'm into sound effects, but that's way beyond what I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Wow!
Where you was going with that, baby?
She got that drum major loving, boy. When that drum major come out, boy, like.
I do have a question.
Like, God damn, is that a hurricane down there? There's a lot of air coming out of there.
Yeah, I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to body count, do some bodies count double and triple? Because you got those angry, you know, let's take Dick Penis, for example. Hadn't had any in months, just got out the pen, gets a chance, he backs up, he gets a running start. Jumps off the dresser, 10 feet in the air. Does that count like triple or like as 5, 6, 7 bodies?
I don't know, but it sounds almost like a Freddy Krueger movie or something. Goddamn, it don't sound like no stickers, man.
If the walls are stretched and you know she's out of commission for 7 to 10 days, does that count multiple bodies? Or Dre, do they actually get multiple counts, or is it just one charge?
I think Lost in Translation has it. You like do trains count as one ride?
We can charge it. We can definitely do that.
Trains count as one ride.
Yeah, you know what? With that being said, we're about to go to final thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, okay.
Thank you all for joining the panel, but we would like to hear your final thoughts on the subject matter. We can go clockwise.
So we're gonna start with the OG, the real OG, J Speed. What you got for us as far as your final thoughts,
Okay.
sir?
Final thoughts is almost like it. The game is not over till it's over, people. Whatever you think we into now, it could be just like a fad. It could be like an afro. Don't think that y'all always think we move forward, but you're not lived long enough to know things come around in circles all over again. So one day, virgins might be the top of the food chain, you know what I mean? And all this stuff that this generation is doing, they won't be doing it in the next generation. So you got to have a little faith. I have a little faith and have fun with it. I mean, some things, the best sex you can ever have is when you can laugh in the bedroom with each other. That's been the best experience I had. You know what I mean? I mean, tearing up stuff, you just can't do that all the time because this.
She laughed at how quick he was.
Well, that might be the case too, but there was a reason why I was quick. I was trying to get the hell out of there, but I didn't supposed to be there in the first place. But sometimes in life you have experience that it really go change the way you look at things. And I guess this is my final thoughts is, I was at a hotel. This is why I don't go to hotels no more. I was up there doing my general duty when it comes to the bedroom. And some of them, I guess the person beside me was a little jealous because they wasn't getting none or whatever. They called the police on me. And so I can tell the way when a police knock on your door, because they knock on with them damn sticks. They don't care them no more. But this is back in 1989. And you got to be quick on your feet and when situations like that. So I just decided I was going to go to the door butt naked and sweaty. And I opened the door and I told the police, it's not what you think, and I slammed the damn door. Now, and usually... It'll be a follow-up. But in
Is that what you think?
But usually in cases like that, you can get, and especially in 2020, this is just to show you things do come back around again. In 2020, I wouldn't ask nobody to do that, but back in the day, they knew exactly what I was talking about, and they ain't knock on my door again. And went on and knocked on the other lady door who called him and said, shut the fuck up, leave that man alone, he's taking care of business. So, but what I'm saying is, things do come around again, and just because we're wild and we got all this, what they call it, OnlyFans and all this stuff, all that shit will go away one of these days, bro. It'll be something else. So y'all have a good weekend, and men, if you've been having sex, don't sit around too long where you get the blue balls. That stuff hurt, bro. I'm telling you. So it's kind of hard to get rid of it, too. You got to top it off to get rid of it. So everybody have a nice weekend, all right?
All right. Thank you, JSP. We appreciate you. The Goda. Thank you for joining us all the way.
Guys, I have a question for the girl with the big beard. I don't know how to spell your name. It ends with Jed Mikey something.
Jedi Mike.
Yeah.
Yes,
I saw that when I talked, you did the middle finger. You did it to me?
No.
Oh,
No.
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 Oh,
No, bro.
No, sir.
No.
Okay.
No, basically.
No, if you have something to say, then just say it.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, you jumped into something, bro. You have no idea what's going on, man. This is we way off the beaten trail here. But trust me, that wasn't for you.
No,
I thought that you did it because I talked about the racist.
No, we don't give a shit about that. You missed them shows. We already did damage on them. Him and Kanye. We already did damage on that.
Yeah.
You should have been on them shows.
Yeah, we already dragged those guys through the mud, man. But what is your final thoughts on the subject? Is it okay for women to have sex before marriage? And how should parents teach their kids? Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay.
And as long as it's with condoms and it's with respect and nobody has some kind of a disease, then I don't see the problem in it.
I don't either.
No,
See, I agree with
we
Pagoda.
are in the Middle Ages, you know. People could be free in terms of that. What is this? The Middle Ages? Come on.
Exactly. Thank you, Pagoda. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in all the way from Israel. All right.
That's what.
I gotta come over there and pay you a visit over there, man.
That's
One of these days. Seriously.
Not Israel. That's how
Israel.
the Arabs say it.
Israel.
Israel.
Hey, man, I've been around Arabs too long. My bad. I mean, you got. You know what I'm saying? I was in Afghanistan. I was in Iraq. I mean, I can't help it.
In Afghanistan, there is no Arabs. In Iraq, there is Arabs.
Okay, fair enough. See,
Okay. That's right.
That ain't what Uncle Sam told me.
Yeah, that's not how we were briefed. But yeah,
right. That's not how the army told us. They told us, no, these are Arabs. We're like, yeah, I guess so.
If somebody tell you in Afghanistan that those are Arabs, they didn't know what he was saying.
Oh, they sure did. They didn't care. They said a whole bunch of stuff.
They definitely act like the Arabs, if not worse.
Thank you, Pagoda, for joining us. Join us again next Wednesday.
Join us again, man. Yeah, come through. Yeah, like I said, your perspective would be a really good one. Like I said, because you're in another country. You know what I'm saying? And people don't get the chance to hear your people's perspectives from other countries. You know what I mean? Americans are largely ignorant. They are.
You can always go to trips and then see stuff.
Yeah, but they broke too, so they ain't got no money. They can't afford to go on trips. You know,
so you're supposed to be the land of opportunity. You're supposed to be loaded with money, no?
Yeah, supposed to be, but you know,
we're gonna have to do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
The real American culture.
Yeah, come back for that one.
Right.
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing that. I'm going to entitle that one "American Anarchy," because I have actually been working on that show that y'all just described for like 6 weeks.
Hey.
All right, Pagoda, we got to go. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it. You're welcome anytime, brother. Anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. See ya. Jedi Mike.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Barely. Yeah. Man, uncover your mouth.
Okay.
Stop choking yourself and get your dick out your hand.
Well, can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you. What are you trying to say?
Okay, first, I never answered the question.
Yeah, he didn't.
So, can you give me the question? Can you use in a sentence, please?
No.
Okay. Well, listen.
My mic's so messed up.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay to have sex for marriage. That's your choice. It's my prerogative. Whether you're religious or not is whatever. But the question to all these women, that said they want to be these born again virgins, I think it's possible. But all we got to take is some construction work, and I do say, Billy the Builder, we are hiring here. See, like we.
Nice.
See, I'm saying it takes some construction work. These women, they just gotta manifest. We can do it. We come in, we're like Chick-fil-A. You come to us, we give you chicken. There's no beef, and we're not open on Sundays. But we open 24/7. Come in, we can give you that maintenance. Build the builder. You also go to Dusto, and you can give you some references. Y'all, peace and love.
He's one of the village people.
I blame Dusto. I ain't gonna lie. I blame Dusto. I blame this motherfucker right here.
I'm innocent.
Dre dropping gems. Jenkins, you sure came through and dropped some gems tonight. What are your final thoughts?
I'll be a hypocrite if I said that I don't believe in premarital sex. I didn't, I had it before. Just be responsible with it. You know what I'm saying? You still want to keep that shit exclusive. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want everybody in the block to like, yeah, I had that. You just a regular. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to say that whether you're dude or female, like, yo, I got the precious. You know what I'm saying? And only the worthy get the precious. Most people don't want to, buy the car without test driving it first. I understand what you're saying, Mandrell. I know. But what I'm saying is most people don't want to drive the car without test driving it first. Yeah, but you want to make sure if you want to allow somebody to test drive it, that person is going to go ahead and sign the pink slip and go ahead and buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you want to be appreciated. You know, if you think you're sitting on if you're a female and you think you're sitting on a gold mine, you keep going what you're going. That shit gonna be copper.
No,
That
it's
shit gonna
always
have
gonna be gold.
All right.
Nah.
Look,
I mean, it used to be. It used to be like that now, but it's only gonna be gold to those who can't get it.
I'm saying,
but
Dre,
those who
she
get
could be 89 years old. She'll find somebody to stick their meat in it.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the ones who can't get it is going to ones that are going to treat it like gold. But the ones who, you know what I'm saying, who don't have any problems getting it is going to be copper. So you want,
it's not
and
even
that's
gonna
the
be
one.
bad.
But the thing is, that's the one they want. They want the ones, you know what I'm saying. They don't want the ones who are thirsty for it. They want the ones that don't need it. But those are the ones that don't value it the way it's supposed to be valued. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is my damn final thought.
Okay.
Hey.
You know
listen, cop. Okay, you're welcome in my house. All right, but you're still a cop.
Great. We appreciate
Watch
that.
yourself.
That was a dope
Thank you.
announcement. We appreciate that.
That's right.
Good.
That was my final thought. Good.
That was dope too, man. Thanks for coming, Dre. Like I said, you're always welcome, man. Always. Thanks for showing up. I ain't see you in a few weeks.
Been working, man. It's been crazy. These folks out here doing some dumb shit.
Aren't they always?
And before I leave, I will tell you, you are not the only one that don't like dumb cops. I can't stand dumb cops. They make my job a lot harder.
They do, and they make you look bad.
Right.
Now, they don't make me look bad. They make themselves look bad.
No, you're the one that has to take the brunt.
Mandrell, we got a whole time. We're on a time frame behind it. Let's
Shushu, give him my number so he can go ahead and vent.
Exactly. Thank you.
And by the way, everybody, don't forget that the Cash App and the PayPal
Cash App
is at the bottom. They send everybody like Cash Apps and stuff. They don't send us anything.
I'm not. You and them names. Scam.
Good evening,
the Cash App and the PayPal is scrolling at the bottom of your screen right there. Don't forget, whatever you can spare, the line is open.
Scam. Bust the walls.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a virgin, stay a virgin. Don't stick your meat in there. If you have walls left, please maintain and crustify those walls. You got to protect yourself at all times. I'll see y'all in the Dustin Sphere tomorrow. We got a nice show. We got some great news, and we got a great show lined up for you tomorrow. And if you're looking for me, I can be reached at 888-555-DUST. Have a good night.
Thank you, Dustin, for coming through. DLC.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all are so crazy. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered. Shout out to everyone who's on the panel tonight and the chat. For real though, real talk. Black Man Unfiltered has a new show, The Silent Treatment. Y'all gotta check that out. Yeah, sisters from the deaf community on the show communicating and basically this, but for the deaf community. Y'all please go check that out. That's one of the best things I've ever seen anywhere, not just YouTube, anywhere. But here's the thing. I'm old school. I'm 52 years old. Body count don't really mean anything to me in the sense because I'm like, I know you got more than one body, so it doesn't matter. I've never been with a virgin. I probably never will. You know what I mean? So body count doesn't mean anything. However, ladies, it does affect you. Doesn't affect you the same way it affects me. If I get 1,000 bodies, I'm the man. If you get 1,000 bodies, you're a 304. Ladies, keep your business in the closet where it belongs with all the other skeletons, right? Don't put it on your phone. Don't be out here trying to be lit. Don't be having video footage of you taking on 5 dudes, you know what I mean, at some after party in Miami. Don't do that. Keep it in the closet, right? Because plausible deniability only works when there's no evidence, ladies. I'm going to say that one more time. Plausible deniability only works when there's no evidence. All right? So regardless how many bodies you got, just, hold yourself, as a lady, hold yourself to account and keep that shit in the closet. Thanks for having me on. This show was crazy. This was crazier than most. Shout out to Grandpappy out there. Boy, I ain't laughed this hard in a long time. It's hard to make me laugh. Lord, man, listen. So, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, he puts his joint in a splint.
Thank you.
He puts his unit in a splint.
Check out DLC. I really want to know podcast. go over to his YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time, dear. Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks, DL. I got your message late, by the way. That's why.
That's all good. That's all good.
Well, appreciate it. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
I'm always
next
standing
time.
by.
Okay.
I'm red 5, bro. Standing by.
I'll keep that in mind next time. Okay.
Peace.
Later.
My final thoughts are in regards to what Rebecca Lynn Pope said. She's 100% correct. Most people do have sex before they actually get married. So, but the thing is, it's not about advertising, and neither is about sitting on a moral high horse.
Yes, it is.
Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And especially, particularly, and this is what kills me about Christians. If Jesus is all about forgiving sins, why can't you?
Because they're human.
It's always this grandeur gesture, like you're so perfect, like you never do anything wrong. And if anything, how are you bringing people or recruiting people to Christ? But yet you're so judgmental, you're so condemning. What would make anyone want to be a part of an organization like that? Because you're not at all a reflection of Christ himself, the very same person you're supposed to be following at all. Christ is non-judgmental. As long as you are in your heart, like genuinely sorry, you genuinely want forgiveness, and you genuinely want to be a changed man or woman, all are welcome and all can be forgiven. So who are you and how are you to be above the very same person you claim to follow?
Preacher. Amen.
Of you. Those are my final thoughts. That and the fact that people's sex is natural. Let's just face it. It's very natural. My advice is this: be safe.
Don't
lie down.
Hallelujah.
Shut up. Don't lie down with everybody, because everybody should not have your penis or your vagina.
Well, not everybody, but most of them.
So those are my final thoughts. And Mandrell, what do you think?
I think I don't really care for. I don't have anything against Rebecca Lynn Pope. Her content, it isn't for me, and it's not because I think it's bad or anything. It's just I'm not her audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing against her, nothing wrong with her. She made one video where she's talking about how unrealistic women were, and why she stopped being a dating coach. I was like, there you go. She's speaking facts. And then you have this one. I agree with her again. This is yet another video that I agree with Rebecca Lynn Pope on. Right. You know, she was spot on. It's unrealistic. What are you talking about? And I'm with you with the judgment of the church and religious types and so on. I don't really care for people who are super religious. I don't care for people in general. But, you know, yeah, that's true. I'm not a thirsty thought. That's true. I mean, I remember when I first had sex, I was like, that was it? That's what everybody's screaming about? Mm-hmm. I was expecting way more than that. And I did it. I was like,
yeah, I didn't say a soliloquy, honey. What are your final thoughts?
These are my final thoughts. So shut up and let me have them.
Okay.
So anyway, like I was saying, yeah, bottom line, people, don't be dicks. Stop judging people for just because they move in a different fashion than you do. Right. When it comes to this subject right here in particular, specifically. Right. Okay. You have to say this to these idiots because they'll think you're talking about everything in general. Right. And that's all I have.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for Unapologetic. Join us next week for another episode on Wednesday nights, 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll catch y'all later.